Good morning, everyone. Hello. I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 115 and we're here in Southwest Florida watching the sunrise over the buildings and the trees and watching it light up the beautiful beach and the water. This is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. Good morning, everyone. I love seeing that everyone gets to chat before I get here. I think I'm a minute late this morning. Those of you that know me well know that I'm usually early and I can't even wait till the right time. But today I went in the same direction I went yesterday and stopped at that raw juice bar again. Couple of reasons. First of all, I really think it helped me yesterday and I'm still feeling a little run down, so I thought it wouldn't hurt to get a second boost of immunity stuff. So I got the same algae shot that I got yesterday morning and then had another raw juice. And also there was such a cute guy there yesterday morning, so I thought I might say hi to him if he was there, and he wasn't there, so I didn't have to be brave and say hi. I can see your messages this morning. So much more fun than not seeing the messages yesterday. So glad to see all of you here and glad to see all of the comments. It's a lot more fun having a two-sided conversation than a one-sided conversation, so that's great. And I had a crazy epiphany about this project when I woke up this morning. You know how we've been talking about cold shoulder tops and inspiration from Charlie's Angels with cold shoulder stuff in general? Well, you remember this vest? This is the Blue Danube knit lace vest. That's a cardi wrap. So I mean, it's just a rectangle with two armholes in it. And I've showed how to style this as a vest many times. So put it on regular. Thanks, Edna. And so you can see you can wear it as a vest. No problem, right? That's the regular way to wear it. And then you can tie it in the front and it actually looks way more fitted. Another really wonderful way to wear this piece, right? Just looks like a fitted vest, and however tight you tie it to your curves, it fits you perfectly without having to be sized. So again, another way to wear an absolutely gorgeous and simple accessory. Once you take it off and take the sleeves out, you know, it's a long scarf, right? So you wrap it a couple of times. It looks gorgeous like that. Just absolutely gorgeous, right? You can, and then if you like playing around with tying, you know, you wrap it like this, you pull it through. You could do this 100 different ways. Pulling it down one way, tying it through this way, twisting it, coming back through. There's 100 different ways to tie a scarf, right? Yes. We've talked about this before. It's always a good idea to come back and refresh ourselves with the different ways we style things. A couple of reasons why that is. We get caught up in our routines, right? You wear something the same way all the time. Oh, thanks, Beatrice. Yeah, there's never a wrong time to tell someone you like their figure, I guess. Eleni, this one is knit, but yes, you could definitely do this in crochet. And I have vest patterns like this in crochet. So here, ready for the crazy thought that I had when I woke up this morning. This could also be worn as a capelet and a shrug. So let's say you scrunch the top up, try to ignore those armholes, and you wear it down like this. Then you take the front two corners and tie them. And now you've got a capelet, right? Gorgeous, right? I could do this all the time, and you've just completely transformed the whole piece just by tying it that way. The next part. Okay, so now let's pull it down, and we have a cold shoulder capelet. How stinking cute is that? Huh? I mean, and here's the beauty of cold shoulder. It's sexy. but not sexy, right? Exposing skin that's not necessarily sexy skin is still sexy. I love that. Okay, this isn't the end though. Wait till you see the next one. Okay, so we're gonna keep the cold shoulder down. And now, we're gonna tie these. And now we have a sleeved shrug with cold shoulders. Look at that. Look at, now we've got sleeves and we have a cold shoulder shrug. Nice and long in the back still. When have you ever seen a piece store-bought or handmade that looks like this? I mean, I am so in love with this now. And again, let's pull those cold shoulder bits back together. Imagine if you didn't put the armholes in it and you just made it. Here we go. It's a shrug all the way without the cold shoulder. I think that's beautiful too. So you would either scrunch that up, or if you were doing this styling with a rectangular wrap, you wouldn't have the cold shoulder, and that's fine too. But then if you want it, it's got to shake to get it down, right? Sorry. Not really shimmying on camera. And now, I think that we've turned it into a styling 3 or 4 ways into styling about 8 or 9 ways. I put a link for this pattern in the video description this morning on my way here, just because I had a feeling that if I talked about it and everyone else agreed that this was awesome, they would want to see it. So I've already put the link in the top of the video description, but it is called the Blue Danube Knit Lace Vest on my website. So if whether you search it by name or go to the pattern directory and look by vests, it's very easy to find. I think it's very easy to find, but if not, the link is in the video description as well. But I think this is probably the most transformed I've made this vest. Yes, there are definitely crochet versions of Cardi wraps on my website too. Okay, so for those of you coming now, I'll show you a few more ways that we just showed how to do this. So this was the cold shoulder shrug version. I'll show you the cold shoulder capelet version. And that's taking the 2 front pieces and tying them instead of tying the 2 side pieces to each other. So now look at, we've just completely transformed it. I mean, you can't even tell it's the same piece. And all we did was tie the corners in a different way. Yes, this is an easy pattern for beginners. And then you change. Oh wow, and even if you just wear it down, I mean, there's our shawl. Honestly, opening up the shoulders, it takes a rectangular wrap and lets it sit on you, whereas a lot of times you have to pin or tie them otherwise. Let's see if we could still do the vest. No, we'll have to do the vest by putting our arms in it. But again, once you wear the vest down, you can even totally transform it by tying it in the front. Now, the beauty of doing a lot of this draping stuff is having a yarn that drapes. If you were doing this in a bulkier yarn, it won't drape nearly as well as something that's this light and draped. This is in Be So Fine yarn, which is my fingering weight, 100% bamboo. So again, look at how much we transformed that piece. Turn around. Yes, Sherry, take a skirt and wear it as a cowl and a scarf too. Yes, when you're dealing with drapey yarn and fine weight, it's amazing how much you can transform any fabric if it has a lot of stretch and drape to it. You can do all sorts of things. The key is no bulk. Yes, of course, but put buttons on it too, definitely. And then we can go back to here, and once you start working on it as a scarf, you now have added 100 different other options. This is one of the ways I like to do it. Tie it once, turn the knot to the back side, and then tie it a second time here, and now you've got a voluminous collar. I mean, how cute is that? It's totally put together with a sundress. I mean, any of the ways dress up even a simple sundress. This is one of the sundresses from my Amazon shop, and the reason why I chose this one is because I really love a simple tank top style dress, but I found that when they added this seam for the waistband, it's not so loosey-goosey in the middle, where it does give you more of an hourglass shape. If you don't want it tight in your belly, just make sure that you order the right size, whether you size up or size down. But even if it's not tight, even if you kept it loose here, it's still going to give you that illusion of an hourglass shape because of the way it's cut. I love tank top dresses that are just swingy, but I find that they don't look put together because of how relaxed they are on the waist. And this little bit of structure here, I think, is a complete game changer for making it look not only a little less casual, but just a little more put together as well. Okay, now to decide which way I want to wear it for the rest of the podcast. Oh God, do I wear it as a capelet? No, I think I'm going to go with the shrug, because I just think this is so outrageous. I woke up saying, do you think? Could I make that work? And I ran and put it on, but oh my God, it works. Because I gotta tell you, when you have crazy ideas, I love to think in terms of spatial math. And so when I have crazy ideas, they don't always work. And that's what makes one that, Ruthie, oh, the dress is too long on you. Okay, no problem. Okay, so there we go. We'll keep it as a cold shoulder shrug. And what else was I going to show you today? Whoa! If anybody else is working on any crafts this morning, let me know what you're working on. I started a new one last night. Last night was Tuesday, was our knitting club night, knitting and crochet. And it's funny, I talked to the ladies about good times and bad times for working with dark yarn. And we all said, oh, don't work with dark yarn at night. Oh no, that's hard. And what did I do last night when I got home? Besides call myself a hypocrite, I sat there and started a, what did I start? I started a clutch in the new linen yarn in black. And I'm going to do it two ways because I want to show you the contrast between link stitches and regular stitches. And so this is going to be a circular motif done in regular double crochet, and I'm going to line it with a bandana, fold it in half, and it's going to be like a clamshell clutch with a little flap over right here, like that. I do have a separate video for the styling of the vest, not with the things I just did today, so I suppose I could do a second one for it, so no problem. So we're going to take, it's not full size now, it'll be about this big when it's done. I want it at least 10 inches in diameter. So what's going to happen is we're going to line it with fabric. I'm going to line mine with bandanas, and if you need help finding bandanas, the ones that I bought, I've put in my Amazon shop. I bought bright red because I thought the contrast would be really fun in both a white cream, or in both a cream and a black. So I'm going to do this clutch, where once it's lined, I'm going to fold it in half and seam up the sides and leave a flap here so that when you open it, you'll see that bright red bandana. I'm going to do it two ways. This is in regular double crochet, and again, it's not full size. It'll be about like that when it's done. And then in the second one, I'm going to do linked double crochets, and in the video, I'll show you the difference between the two. And ultimately, what the difference will be is that you won't be able to see through the body of the work as much. It'll be a much more opaque fabric, which if you're not familiar with link stitches, you're going to fall in love with it for certain applications. Like, I think it'll be a game changer for crocheted bikinis. I think it's a game changer for, oh gosh, washcloths. Anything that you want to be a solid fabric and not see-through. Tank tops might be really fantastic. Or even just, a lady, it's 100% linen. So linen is not necessarily soft at first, but it does get softer over time. But I will say that this particular linen is one of the softest I've ever felt. And some of the customers that have already used it have agreed with me on that. Some of them have mentioned in our Facebook group, Create, Share, Inspire with Kristin Omdahl. But the beauty of linen yarn is that it is incredibly strong and then it's incredibly matte. But it does have a lot of body to it, and being so strong, it's wonderful for a clutch or a bag. Oh, Sarah, I'm glad you mentioned it. For the next color of Be So Bling yarn, and there's more colors coming, but the color that I got requested more than anything was the Chantilly Lace Cream in bling. And so the first colors that are coming, they're in the shop now. I've got Be So Sporty Bling in Chantilly Lace, and I've got Be So Fine Bling in Chantilly Lace, and they're already in the shop, so you can go and order them now if you want. But with wedding scene here and just even summer glam, the color that I was asked for more than any other color to come out with next was to come out with Chantilly Lace. So that's the first one we're going to have. It's in the shop now, and probably next week I'll have more bright colors for anybody who's waiting for those. But in the meantime, if you're looking to do some summer glam, white crochet, white knit lace, or doing something for a wedding, this is the Be So Fine Bling in Chantilly Lace and the Be So Sporty Bling in Chantilly Lace. Both of those are in the website now, so you can order them. And with all my yarns, I wind them for free. So whenever you order any of these hanks, I will hand wind it for you and pop it in the mail for you, so you don't have to worry about winding it. Yes, black would be gorgeous too, Edna. Absolutely. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on this morning. And then I think I'm in the last row or the second to last row of my second side of my Morgana cold shoulder top. Morgana is the name of this shawl, and I'm doing it in two pieces to make a cold shoulder top out of it. So here's the one side already done. Hey Birdie, that looks like Curious George. And here's the second side, and you see I'm well into the edging now. I'm on the second to last row, it looks like. Yep, on the second to last row. Hi everybody, thanks for anybody who's joining now. If you're crafting on anything this morning, please let me know what you're working on, and that goes for anyone joining live or in the recorded version. Thank you everybody, I'm glad you like it. I'm super excited to wear it, and as you know, I've got cold shoulder styling on the brain lately. I saw someone mention being grateful for free winding. Yes, I am aware that most people don't have equipment at home, and I'm aware that even when you do have equipment at home, not everybody has the patience for winding yarn, so I am happy to do it for anybody who needs that help. And unless I get a special request to not wind it, I don't even offer the difference anymore. I just automatically wind everybody's order. Does anybody have any questions or want to see anything I showed this morning a second time? Chakras, I don't know what that word means. Maybe I'm missing something. It could even. Sarah loves cold shoulder too, yeah. There's something really fun about it. I'll tell you what, you could do it to any knit or crochet pattern for a sweater. And that's something we can talk about too, how to modify patterns. I have a knit top that's already cold shoulder on my website. It's called Tempesta, and it's done in sport weight yarn. Chokers. I have a couple of choker patterns on my website. Elisa wants to know how many balls. No, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 4, but I'm not 100% sure, so please let me weigh it after I finish, because I'm having to do a little more work to the cold shoulder top to have a border up here too. So I've really got to finish it and weigh it before I can tell you how many balls, but it'll be a minimum of 4. It'll either be 4 or 5. But anybody looking for choker patterns, I have several on my website, Knit and Crocheted, And if you go by the video or the pattern directory, it would be under crochet, it would be under jewelry patterns. Video for the Brooklyn shawl, okay. Eleni, the cold shoulder, the one I'm working on, it's not out yet. It's in the middle, it's almost done. So I can't share a pattern until I've tweaked it out completely. Depending on what I change as I go, there's no way to do that ahead of time. If I did and I tweaked it, then it would be a mess. So if you can just be patient with me a little bit longer, please. As soon as it's done, I will definitely be sharing it. I think someone asked me what I was drinking this morning. I'm drinking the Immunity green tea, which has echinacea, elderflower, and some matcha, and I added fresh lemon juice to it. And that's in addition to all of the wellness shots I had at the raw juice bar this morning. I don't think I'm sick. I think I'm just worn down from stress. So anything I can do to boost my immune system before being worn down exposes me to germs to get sick. I think it's very important that I pay close attention to being worn down. Thank you, Olivia. I'm super excited about it too. It just changes it completely. Now I could wear it, 15 more ways or 15 more times than I would normally wear it. I love being able to wear something more than once. It's just a cost saver. With one piece can be worn a bunch of ways. You don't have to buy a piece for every one of those styles. I think it's just fantastic when you can do that. Plus, it's just a way to be more creative even after you've made something. Don't forget vitamin C. Yes, I've been drinking, when I don't feel well, I buy ruby red grapefruit juice, and I buy the expensive one at the grocery store, the one that's not from concentrate and refrigerated. So I've been drinking a half a gallon while I feel like this, and drinking soup too with lots of lemon juice, garlic, and ginger in it. So with I'll be better soon, but I have a feeling that, you know what, it could be partly from the red tide, and I think just, with I'm having to learn how to deal with loss and mourning before the actual death of people right now, and I'm finding that to be rather difficult. I've dealt with mourning and loss once someone has died before, but when it takes a long time to die but is extremely ill and terminally ill while they're dying, it's a very weird limbo for me to not quite be dealing with loss and mourning. So the longer that it takes, the more toll it's putting on me, and I think my dad is near imminent death now, and it can be very overwhelming. It's hard for Marlon to process it, and so I'm learning to deal with it on my own and learning how to deal with it as a parent at the same time. And so I know that on top of normal stress and on top of everything else, it's just really, and the longer it takes, it's just really putting a toll on me. And the conversations with him now have gotten extremely serious, and he asks really tough questions. Well, they both do. My dad asks me really tough questions, and so does Marlon. And it's just, the longer it goes, the more toll it's putting on me. And now that it's getting even more serious than I thought it was going to get, I think it's just really taken a toll on my system. So my muscles are cramped like through my shoulder blades and up through my neck and down my arms. I don't know, it's just weird. And I don't think I'm sick. I think I'm just worn down. And so it's like, we struggle with dealing with regular anxiety and regular stresses, right? We've got the stresses of money and housing and, whatever, all the regular stresses of life. and then you add extra stresses to it. A lot of a support system to lean on, which we don't have. It's just, it puts a toll on you. So, and I'm sharing it because I just, not sharing it to be depressing or down. I'm sharing it to let other people know who are probably going through it too, that you're not alone, and also sharing the ways that I'm trying to tackle the added stress, which is being healthy, adding healthy stuff, drinking green tea, drinking things with fresh vitamin C in it, going to the raw juice bar if I can, making my own raw juice at home. I think fruits and vegetables and pure vitamins is definitely the way to go. Sleep is really important during stressful times too. I agree, Tanya. I agree very much. I agree. Last night I think I face planted on my bed at about 8:45. Thank you, Elizabeth. And you know, it's really hard for me to read all of the comments while I'm talking like that. So I know you're all sharing some really wonderful things here, and I appreciate it, and I know that you all know what I'm going through because many of you have been through it, and those of you that haven't, if I can share any of my insight, boosting my immune system to get through it, I'm glad I can help that way too. Mourning and loss and death does not skip anybody. It doesn't skip any ethnicity. It doesn't skip any economic level of people. It affects everybody all over the world, and it affects us all the same, and it makes us all the same. And I can't really read all of them. I'm so sorry, but I know that you're all sending me good wishes, and I know that you can relate, and so I just appreciate it. Thank you, KB. I'm here with all of you too, you know that, right? Yep, Lily, we're all going to the same place at the end. So anything we can do to show grace to the people who make it to the end before us is good, and any ways that we can show grace to the other people. Like Marlon's looking to me for how to handle things right now, so the more I try to show him grace and show him how I show my dad grace is good for him. And there I go. Well, enough about that. Now you know why I'm run down. But also, I think we all know that knitting and crochet is one of the best ways to deal with anxiety and stress. I know it helps a lot of you. It certainly helps me too. And so I think it's really wonderful that we can share knitting and crochet as an outlet for our creativity, and also as a healing tool for whatever life throws our way, and to share it all with each other at the same time. Shoot. Plus getting to enjoy this too. Man, what could be better than that, right? I don't think I mentioned, but we're at Vanderbilt Beach again this morning, which is a little different than normal, but it's because I wanted to go to that raw juice bar again for two reasons: to have those raw juices and shots again this morning, and also to hopefully pull up the bravery to say hi to that cute guy I saw yesterday, which didn't show up today, so I didn't need to be brave, and that's fine too. I have a terrible habit, now that I haven't dated in so many years, I have a terrible habit of looking down when someone smiles at me. So I told myself today if I saw him again, I was going to make a point to say hi. I tried, Sarah. I tried. He wasn't there this morning. That's okay. The fact that I even pushed myself to even plan to say hi to him is still a better plan than looking down at my feet, right? today, hopefully I will finish this crochet clutch and or start the second one and maybe start lining them. Again, we're going to do these with bandanas. If you want to make these clutches with me, you'll need Be So Fresh linen yarn for the body of them. It's going to be like a clamshell clutch. It's going to be bigger though. And you'll also need a bandana for the liner. I have shared the bandanas that I'm using in my Amazon shop if you need help finding them. If you know where to find bandanas on your own, if you have some you'd like to repurpose, that will work too. If you like a different fabric, that would work as well. I was thinking about even using some of my Day of the Dragonfly fabric collection, which you can find in my Spoonflower shop, and that would be really beautiful in here as well. Maybe even some of the sugar skulls or some of the dragonflies and flowers. I have lots of bright print fabrics that would be super cute in here. So hopefully I'll work more on that today and possibly finish the Morgana top. If you're looking for some summer glam, Be So Sporty and Be So Fine Yarn Bling collection in Chantilly lace are both in my shop now if you'd like to order those, and I'd be happy to wind them for you. What else? I guess that's it. I've got to take Marlon to PT now, so I'm going to go sit in a coffee shop for the next hour or so and get some progress done on that little clutch. And Carol, I have done a craftsy class before. It's called Sweetheart Shawls. You can find it on their website. What else? Well, you know what? We're almost out of time, so let's take a minute here and look out at this magnificent, soak in the colors, the sounds of the baby waves, and set our intentions for the day. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes with me here at the beach. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the colors, the sounds of the water, and chatting with me and everyone else. If you want more information about the styling of this piece, please go back and watch the replay. Thank you all for your kind words today. I really appreciate it. It's so wonderful to have each other here at Yarn at the Beach. If you like Yarn on the Beach podcast, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Click the bell if you want to join us live. You'll get notifications every time I go live, which is Monday through Saturday at 7:45 Eastern. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.